Our good friend Scott Callies is here, and from Old Tyme Restaurant, and you brought somebody with you. You want to introduce your son here?
Special guest.
Special guest. This is my son Austin. He is. I brought him on because we were going to talk some about the restaurant, some about wrestling.
Let's talk about wrestling first, and then we'll get to the Old Tyme Restaurant.
Awesome. I'm wearing two hats today, so I'm going to try to switch from one to the other. But I am president of Mountain Home Youth Flyers Wrestling Club.
Okay.
And we've got a program that we've had now in place for, I think it's going on almost 5 years. I know a little over 4 years that we've been doing it. And it is designed for the youth kids. Mm-hmm. And we take them from 5 years old, believe it or not. They're out there wrestling in tournaments at 5 years old.
Oh, goodness.
We take them from 5 to 15, and then after that, they'll jump up to the high school level. Yeah. We actually, surprisingly, we've got 2 4-year-olds that practiced with us last year. And it doesn't happen that often because usually they don't have the mentality to stay focused. But these kids had it. They're doing really well. They are going to be a step ahead come next year.
They must have siblings at home that they
wrestle. Now, for people that say, "Oh, that's way too young to wrestle," tell us about the wrestling sport.
Wrestling sport, and I started when I was kindergarten and went all the way up with wrestling. And all my coaches had.
And we're not talking about the wrestling.
That's wrestling. You're talking about the TV stuff. Yeah. No chairs. There's no.
Yeah.
It's very controlled and regulated. Mm-hmm. You're not allowed to pick them up and slam them on the mat. Everything's controlled for safety of the child.
And there's a limit of what you can extend, elbows and knees. And
there's no pressure holds.
Yeah.
Nothing like that.
No submission holds.
No submission holds.
No.
That
final
if you want to get an MMA down the line, this still build a great base for that. But this is about keeping the kids safe, giving them something they can be involved in, but something that my coaches had taught me when I was young, that wrestling is a life choice, because your whole life really does get affected when you get so involved in wrestling. A lot of the things you will learn in wrestling are things that you will take for the rest of your life. In life, you're going to learn that you're not going to get everything you shoot for. There's times you're going to fall down. You're going to learn to stand back up. Lose what I call win with pride and lose with dignity. Mm-hmm. You learn to take some losses. Wrestling's one of those sports you don't start on the top. You're going to go out and you're going to get your butt kicked.
And there's even though you may be the greatest or rated the best, that one day you may be beaten by somebody where you go, how the heck did I get beaten by that person?
I've seen it happen. I've seen one of our high school wrestlers had been beat by the same kid 3 times during the season, but then got into state and it turned around. And it can happen at any time. It can happen to anybody. You have good days, you have bad days. But I do coach some for the high school as well. And it's really cool because I get to be hands-on, but the youth kids is where my heart is. Yeah. You get a chance to actually give them goals and focuses that they're going to carry on for the rest of their life. And we've really have grown over the years so much. We had over 40 kids on our mat this year on the youth side. And it's cool to see them go out there and push themselves and challenge themselves, and then when they come back the next year, they're just such a step better. And that first discouraging year that they made it through makes it all worth that next year. Mm-hmm.
Now, Austin's had a good year.
Austin has had an outstanding year. He's actually had a great couple of years now. He is now a 3-time state medalist here in Arkansas. He is the 2015 state champion. And as of a couple of weeks ago, he is a 2-time All-American. And to do that, we went to the 2015 and now the 2016 Brute Nationals. They held in Independence, Missouri. Every state sends their best kids, and you compete to see where you're ranked in the country. And to come out All-American, you got to rank in the top 8.
Wow.
And it is a tough hold. We actually, last year, he was the first youth from this area ever to go. This year, we were blessed with 5 kids. We had 4 from Mountain Home, and then I coached another one from West Plains that came down and was working with us. And out of those 5 kids, we had 4 All-Americans step out of the crowd. And it was just a blessing to see for us.
Well, you were telling me Austin didn't get to go to where he wanted to go because he had a little illness You got the flu, right?
4 days prior to the tournament, he had gotten sick, and it was kind of a devastating blow. He has pushed himself so hard, watching his weight, watching everything, to get sick and turn around and lose about 7 pounds before that tournament. Put him in a very bad predicament. I am so blessed. He had wrestled one of the best matches I ever seen in the condition he was in, and made All-American. But then we had to pull him from the tournament, as far as from him being ill. Just too weak to do it. And safety's got to be one of the first factors we look at as coaches. So we had to make the call.
Well, Austin, do you look forward to this sport? I mean, you like the sport pretty much. I know you win, but
Yeah.
is winning pretty easy for you?
Not really.
I mean,
Depends on who you're wrestling, doesn't it?
what separates Austin from someone else? I mean, what does Austin have that most wrestlers need to win and to excel? Do you know that? Does your dad know?
I'd say determination and hard work. I mean, he goes every practice. He goes and he puts it on the line.
Yeah.
When we're doing running drills, he will run until he can almost not stand up.
Yeah.
And that determination I think has helped build him. When he's on that mat and he's tired, he's wore out. It's the third match. He's still going to give everything that he's got.
Is that your motivation now to get back to nationals next
Fighting
year
weight.
and be able to compete? Hopefully you won't be sick. So you got your eye on the tiger. I can see it in your eye. You got your eye on the tiger.
Well, you know, I watched him play a few games last year in football.
Yep.
And he was involved in just about every play.
Yeah.
I don't know where he started out on the field, but he ended up, in the pile. So
That's one thing. Wrestling will teach you to become aggressive, and it will build your own self-confidence and your own self-esteem. And when you got that, it'll actually reflect in almost every sport and everything that you do. And he puts everything into playing football when he's playing football.
I think there's a
same way.
little an adrenaline junkie in him too.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
Every play he's got to have another little dose of adrenaline to keep you going.
See, I think he looks like he has that quiet confidence, Doesn't say a whole lot. He just lets
He's ready
his
to
actions
bring into action.
I talk
It's
a lot.
amazing. He's very underestimated because his demeanor off the mat is different than when he gets on the mat. And you see him walk out, and it's like, well, this guy's not even psyched up. He's not even.
He just calmly goes out.
As soon as that foot hits that line, you can see his face change, and it becomes a different ballgame.
You growl a little bit.
No.
Just go for it.
No need to growl when you're pinning them, right?
Yeah.
Well, all of that's got
you.
to give you a huge appetite. So let's talk a little bit about your restaurant.
Let me switch hats
That
here.
was
Hold
an
on real quick.
interesting segue. That was really good.
That was good. I like how you led into that. Most people know I've been at the Old Tyme restaurant for a number of years now. Me and my wife has actually been running it for the last about a little over 5 years. My father-in-law had owned it for just over 10 years as far as that goes. But me and my wife have officially purchased the restaurant from my father-in-law.
Oh, very good.
And now we're going to take it from there.
Now, is that a good thing, or is that oh no, we're...
Oh no, we actually been working at this for 4 years. We've made the decision 4 years ago.
So you had a desire to own it at some point.
I'm a people's person. It fits me to a T. I love what I do. I love the people in Mountain Home. I love people coming in there, and it was just one of those things that I feel blessed to be there. And it's other than the paperwork and all the stuff you got to do on the side, it's not just a job. It's you get to know these people.
It's your life.
It is.
Absolutely.
Big family.
Yeah, it is. You get to know all the customers, and
Do you get to hear any inside stories that you're not allowed to tell anybody else in the world?
we hear a few of those.
Go ahead and tell us a couple. We'll keep it a secret.
Yeah, they won't be watching. No.
And if you would name them specifically,
Yes.
so people would know who we're talking
Speak
about.
into the microphone.
We may move on to another subject, but
So, got any plans for a grand opening or
we are
free meals
right
for
now.
a
We're
week?
trying to get the transition part over with, and no, I can't even say that word for free. No, I can't even say it. No, but we will probably be doing another grand opening type thing. Right now, we're just trying to get past all the hoops of changing over, and it's actually been a lot smoother than I had predicted. Of course, being involved in it for that many years already, we know all the vendors.
Sure.
We knew,
Yeah.
That's
you know,
helpful.
that part was easy as far as changing over, and our customer and clientele already knew us, and it just it was cool. That Monday we came in with owning the restaurant, and have all these customers come in and congratulate us. Apparently, it
Nice.
had gotten around town.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just a great feeling that they recognized it and congratulated us and came in and some people didn't even have time to eat. They just wanted to come by and stop by and
Oh, that's
congratulate
nice.
us.
Yeah, that's
And
good.
it meant a lot for us.
Sure,
It really did
yeah.
for both me and my wife.
Well,
And just to clear up any speculation, you're still going to have pie.
We are. Okay, now
That
the,
was
not
the
just
first
one,
thing.
just one kind
now,
of pie.
now
either.
I'm going to bring something up about the pie because now the pie lady's starting to retire out of it, and my wife is picking up some of that. And we still have the pie baby, which is my daughter.
Yes.
The problem is she's now 14 years old. She makes all the homemade cobblers, homemade fudge, and she's been known as the pie baby. So here shortly, we're going to be putting a thing out trying to get people to send us ideas on what we should rename her. We
Oh,
can't keep calling
can't
her
call
the
her
pie
baby. You
baby,
can't, no.
not at 14. That's not
No, no.
appropriate. So
Well,
we're going to let people, and we're lining that out right now. Come on to Facebook or call us or whatever. Give us some
good.
ideas and names.
And
Good.
of course, I already gave my name, Pie Princess.
There you
have
go.
it.
There
Pie
you go.
Princess.
and then Austin gave his little 2 cents worth on that one. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's
Good.
awesome.
And
I'm excited for the
everybody
adventure.
come down on the. That's the. What side of the square is that? That's the
It's on the east side of the
east
square.
side of the square.
Right on the square. You
Right
can't
on the
miss it.
square. Got the music playing outside, and got your 24/7 history of Mountain Home playing in there.
Yes.
I love that video, by the way.
That
Yeah,
video
it's
is
good.
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got customers come in there and they'll order their meal and pick a table where they can just watch that
Just
video.
watch while they eat. And Austin has his own table that he signs autographs and.
Oh, you bet.
Oh,
You
yeah.
bet.
Tens
It's,
and-
All
it's
these
kind of in the back.
medals
It's
and
got a
everything.
spotlight on it. You can't miss it.
Nice.
all the little girls.
I
just
mean,
stand around
the
and-
table was actually
Oh.
made for you, but since you weren't there, we had to.
But when I do come in, that's where I sit, right?
Exactly.
To sign autographs.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right,
All
thanks,
the famous
guys.
people sit there.
Thanks.
Why do I never see the table when I come in there?
He said all the
like it-
famous
Push
people.
me.
All the famous people, Dan.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, guys. Congratulations on a great season. Hope to hear some good things from you next year. And don't be so talkative next time.
What?
All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about Reeves Propane. And my son Gil did the interview here last week, and we'll find out all about Reeves Propane when we return. Stay with us.